Hello and welcome to the update. I'm Heidi Tiltons. The PM says getting schools open and keeping them open is one of the federal government's highest priorities as Australia is impacted by the Omicron strain. It will be up to the states and territories to outline their own plans, while Scott Morrison insists the 7-day mandatory isolation period will remain in place despite changes overseas.
We believe the settings are right at 7 days to ensure in how we're managing this pandemic here in Australia. But that issue will remain under constant review.
Chief Medical Officer Professor Paul Kelly says more than 1 million Aussies have fallen ill with COVID since the beginning of the month.
That has led, as we know, to a number of hospitalisations up again today, over 5,000 in hospital, 417 in ICU, 145 of those on ventilators.
Rollout of the Novak COVID vaccine is expected to begin next month. The TGA has provisionally approved the injection for people aged 18 and over. 51 million doses will begin arriving in the coming weeks. Australians are being assured the economy won't buckle under the strain of Omicron. The latest data shows unemployment dropped to a 13-year low of 0.42% in December. International aid has finally begun arriving in Tonga after the weekend eruption and tsunami. A New Zealand Air Force plane has touched down while more are on the way from Australia. Novak Djokovic is reportedly weighing up his legal options following the visa debacle that saw him deported from Australia. The world number one is in talks with his lawyers to sue the federal government $6 million for ill treatment during his stay in Melbourne. A woman has been released without charge after speaking with police about the death of a baby in southern New South Wales. The infant's body was found inside a freezer, and Ghislaine Maxwell's lawyers have filed a motion for a retrial just weeks after she was found guilty of recruiting underage girls to be sexually abused by Jeffrey Epstein. In sport, a day of Aussie upsets in the second round of the Australian Open. Wildcard Maddie Inglis has beaten American Hailey Baptiste in 3 sets, while world number 175 Chris O'Connell beat Argentina's Diego Schwartzman in straight sets. But the singles ride is over for Aussie Sam Stosur. She was beaten by her Russian opponent, and the Diamonds turn their focus to July's Commonwealth Games following their title defence at Netball's Quad Series. In entertainment news, Pete Davidson has laughed off an apparent swipe from Kanye West. The SNL star has been dating Kim Kardashian since October, but says Kanye's threat to beat him in a leaked track is nothing short of hilarious. Hailey Bieber has taken to social media to show off her new campaign for Jimmy Choo, the supermodel bearing her legs in a striking mini dress to her 40 million followers. And Sia has opened up about being suicidal following intense criticism of her movie Music. The film about autism ended up receiving 2 Golden Globe nominations. And that's the latest from the Nova Podcast News team, but we'll see you tomorrow morning for another episode of The Update.